Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's post-match press conference after a game against FC Cincinnati. We have head coach Nick Cushing. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get started with Scott.
Hey, Coach, thanks for the time. I know it was a tough loss. Before we get into that, do you have any update on Birk and Kevin at this point? Thanks.
Birk Risa, we knew going into the game, he's dealing with lower leg pain that we're trying to manage. It's not something that's going to keep him off the training field or off the match pitch, but it is pain tolerant, and when it gets too painful, he can't continue. So we're going to have to look at it. It's going to be something that's going to be managed over time. It's a frustrating one for him because he wasn't out on the training field so much this week, and he had to come off on he had to come off on 50 minutes. So it's pain. Kevin O'Toole's is looks like a concussion, and he's getting over a concussion, or he's just got over the concussion they had last year, and for it to happen again is disappointing. So Birk is going to be managed. Kevin, I have no update, but I don't think it's going to be a simple one for Kevin. He's going to enter concussion protocol, and we're going to have to look at it day by day.
Michael?
Nick, Mike Andrew, Blue City Radio. I mean, I guess tell me how you're feeling about the match. This is a tough team in Cincinnati. You came in obviously depleted, and you guys were close throughout the whole game. Even being down one, you guys were right in there.
Yeah, I've said all along, I know the spirit and the desire the group has, and I know the quality level that is improving, and the almost the level that the team can bring. And we came here last year and we were well beaten last year, and we came away not getting anything. Tonight is could have got something or should have got something. We'll work through that. We'll work through whether we could have got something or whether we definitely should have. We'll look through the video. We'll look through the tape. I couldn't be prouder of the guys. We play through an international window where we lose 6 of our guys. We lose 2 guys that are important to us when we're thin anyway. We have no recognised striker really on the roster today to pick from. So, to come to a difficult place like this and take the game and be in the game right the way to the end, I think it's testament to where we are in our process that we come off the field today, and the locker room, the players, they're disappointed that we didn't get something today because we were in the game and close.
Michael, go ahead.
Yeah, and just to follow up, you had a lot of young players on the bench. It looked like after Kevin came out, there was a signal that there was a percussion protocol, so you would have maybe been granted a second sub, a last sub window. Can you talk about, was there a chance that maybe any of those guys would have gotten on the field?
Well, in the fantastic wisdom of our league, we decided to play our Open Cup game, schedule our Open Cup game on Thursday and put our first team game on Saturday. And the majority of those guys played 90 minutes against a strong Motown team 2 days ago. So it was highly unlikely that any of them were going to be available. So we had a choice really, put 4 on the bench or 5 on the bench or give the guys an experience. But it's difficult when you are already in an international window and then you get a game 2 days before your game. It's almost impossible to schedule a full roster.
Chris? Can't hear you, Chris. Go ahead, Christian.
Hi, Coach. You touched on it there, the character of the group. You had Strahinja come in for his first game. I'm just curious in general, the new guys that stepped in, what you thought.
Yeah, I'm proud of the character of the group. I'm proud. I say it every week, win, lose or draw. The 2 things that I've consistently said were that we will always stick to the process, and that's no different this week, and that the spirit and the desire and the character of the group is there. And I think you can see that today. Some guys got opportunity today. Strahinja went in and did really well, showed that he has experience, still needs time to, get the level and get the rhythm of our team and our play. But, to go in away at Cincinnati against 2 strong strikers and Alejandro Costa and defend the game the way that we did, I thought was good. We got to see Alonso Martinez and Malachi Jones and Agustino Hayder, which you can see the exciting level that they can bring in the sense of speed. And it's pleasing to get them. I'm proud of the group today. I can't say anything other than I'm really proud of the group, because not only were we in a difficult challenge situation, we actually, push the game right the way to the end. And we're disappointed, like I say, we're disappointed we didn't get anything. And ultimately we have to decide whether we should have got something or whether we could have. And I think we should have got something because we had 2 or 3 really good looks.
JJ?
Yeah, can you talk about the play of Freeze in goal? He made a couple of big saves that kept you guys in that match.
Yeah, I think ultimately when you come away to these places, Cincinnati, Columbus, Philadelphia, where teams are really direct and the style is really intense in the sense of transition and set play, and you're gonna have to, your goalkeeper's gonna have to have a good game because every time you come here, there's going to be saves and he's going to have to keep you in the game in moments because they're difficult places to come. So Matt made some really good saves today. I think you've seen the best version of Matt today. And that's going to give us the best chance because when we come to these places and they give chances up, we rely on individual ability. And today, I thought Matt was excellent today.
Chris?
Coach, you talked earlier about the situation at striker. How much of an impact do you feel like that had on how the team played in the final third?
Yeah, I think you can see in the first half is difficult to. I don't necessarily think it's difficult. I just think it changes your the way that you play. You look at the way Munsef plays and how we're trying to develop Jovan into being a real threat for us. When you don't have those 2 guys available, it's difficult. I think you can see at the start of last season, I think, when you look at the record of the team, it doesn't look great. But if you look at the first half of the season last year, it was very similar to tonight in the sense of not having a number 9, not being able to have that real element of your play. And I think, we retained the ball quite well tonight. In the first half, we had some good possession, but we just lacked that cutting edge in the final third with somebody that could stretch the line, somebody that was going to occupy the back line, and somebody that was going to be in goal scoring positions. Really, when you don't have a number 9 and one's not available, it's difficult.